These are in listen-only mode.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to today's Internet Marketing call. I'm Steve Rake from Success Website, and today we also have Christy Filion joining us. How are you doing, Christy?
I'm doing well, thanks, Steve. Hey, everyone.
Welcome.
How are you?
I'm doing great, thanks.
Great.
And I don't believe we've got Craig or James joining us today. I think everybody's out at the broker event in Phoenix, we believe, but anyhow, we will do our best to make sure everybody gets a lot out of the call. I know today, Christy, we're going to talk a little bit about remarketing.
We are, yes.
And how you can do that with Facebook and Google, and how that fits in with what you're doing. And we'll talk a little bit more about how that works with the management program and all that good stuff. We also are going to try and take as many questions as possible. So any internet marketing topics you've got, we will try and do a full hour today. If you've got questions, let us know. You can either post your questions through the online chat or through the questions section, I believe, and we'll get to as many of those as we can. And anything else I'm missing, Christy?
I know. No, that's a good start. We certainly encourage questions and interaction, so don't hold back. Don't be shy. Anything that you have to ask, even if it doesn't relate to the topic at hand, please feel free to enter those questions into the chat or the question panel.
Okay, great. I noticed that you've got up on your screen we're booking strategy sessions for Craig's conference in Anaheim. For sessions we're booking are both April 14th and 15th. So anyone that's going to be at that event, we'd love to spend some time with you. Maybe what are you typically doing at those sessions, Christy?
Well, this is a great opportunity for you to sit down with either myself or somebody on my team and really go through whether it's marketing or follow-up training or things that you're sort of struggling with when it comes to using the system. We can often pinpoint some of the key things for you to learn at that time that will really help you. So I find that meeting with our clients face-to-face, sitting down, having a conversation, that's just invaluable. So please take that opportunity, if you are going to be at the show, to book that session. That gives you 15, 20 minutes one-on-one time, and we can take a look and see what's happening with your marketing and help you out.
Okay, very good. I noticed that you posted the link into the chat section there for anybody that wants to book the session. You just click on that link, and that'll take you to the page, and you can fill in your name and the topic and the time you'd like to choose, and we'll get you booked. So nice and simple, and anybody that, for whatever reason, if you can't see that link, just let me know through the questions, and I'll forward that link to you again as well. Okay, well let's get right into it then. So maybe we can start, Christy, with an explanation of what remarketing is all about.
Right. So remarketing, it's been a very hot topic for the last 6 months. And it is interesting because if you could imagine basically you having the ability to follow somebody around online and show your marketing messages to them, that's essentially what remarketing is. So I've tried to simplify this with the diagram that I have up on my screen here. And if you kind of follow the arrows, what happens is our primary goal, our starting point when it comes to online marketing is to get traffic to your website. So whether we're using Google or Facebook or Bing or print media, we're just trying to get people to the website. That's the first step, because without traffic, we're not going to generate leads, and we certainly aren't going to be generating any more business. So that traffic that's going to your website, there's a fairly small percentage that is going to take action that time or that day. And we have our own metrics that we follow as far as what a good percentage is, but the fact is there's a large percentage of people who aren't doing anything. They go to the site and either they they bounce for a variety of reasons. So what remarketing is the opportunity to tag that visitor. So even if they don't take action that day or that time, we at least know that they are interested in the subject. So if they clicked on the ad, if they went to the page, there's that level of interest. Therefore, they're closer to our target market than somebody who has never taken interest in our marketing or website. So having the ability to tag that visit is powerful, because now with remarketing, whether it be through Google or Facebook, we have the ability to get in front of those people again with our marketing message. So that's essentially what it is. Now, there are different ways to use this technology, but I think in the most simplistic form, it's a way to at least get your marketing message in front of a group that you know is at least interested in your topic. So it's again finding ways to spend your dollars in the smartest way and get the highest ROI. It could also be an excellent way for you to get a more branded marketing message in front of people who have already had some exposure to your site, right, or to your campaign. So we will take a look at some examples of how people are doing this. Does that all make sense, Steve? I think you're still muted.
Yes, sorry, Christy. Yes, it absolutely makes a lot of sense. Maybe just before you go on, I didn't want everyone hearing my typing as I'm responding to questions here. So maybe if just before we go through this, maybe we can let's just take a quick step through it. Give an idea of sort of what sort of the numbers might look like. So you've got somebody that so if let's say we run a Facebook ad or a Google ad that's driving traffic to your site. Okay, so we know that roughly how many people of the people that see that ad and get to your website, all of those people are going to be tagged as visiting your website. Okay, so we're going to have a tag on there that's going to say somebody came from Facebook, or this person came from Facebook, came from Google, wherever they came from, and now we've got them tagged. Now, roughly what percentage of the people are going to actually respond to the page from our Facebook or Google ad?
Well, in Google, we always aim to convert or get at least 7% of that traffic to respond. So that leaves 93% that have not.
So certainly the majority of people are going to go to your site, and they're not going to, for whatever reason, they're not going to fill in the form. But they're going to remember, you're going to know because they were tagged that they were at your site, they have some interest in real estate, they probably have some interest in your specific market, so they become a really good prospect to try and market to again if we get the chance. And that's what effectively remarketing is. It lets you identify people that have been to your site, have saw your ad initially, but didn't necessarily act on it, but it lets them, when they go to another website now, Google or Facebook, whoever's running ads on that site, knows that, okay, this person was tagged, they do have interest in you and real estate in your area, so they're a really good prospect. If we run an ad again, we got a chance now to bring them back to your site. And that's the idea. And you'll see this. I know there's a whole bunch of things out there that you'll see examples where you'll be just surfing the web, and it'll look like certain ads are following you around. Right? I saw that ad again for whatever it was.
Amazon does a lot of it. All the big brands, you'll notice, are starting to do more of that.
Right, and you'll notice with the Amazon ads as an example, if you go on to Amazon and you are looking for a particular book or a particular widget or something you want to buy, often the Amazon ad will show up, and it'll actually show the same product that you were searching for on Amazon in the ad on some other site. And that's because they tagged you as having been to Amazon on that particular page for that particular product, so they know that when you see on wherever else they're advertising, they know you, and they've basically tagged you so they can promote the same product, which has a really good chance of bringing you back to their site to finish the sale. And that's the same thing we want to do with these pages.
Yeah, so we could actually see a large increase in our conversion rate just by taking advantage of our remarketing lists. And this is what we have found, is that even if we're using the same message, the same campaign, if that person starts seeing it on Google, and then they start seeing it on websites, and they start seeing it on Facebook, they may have to see it 3 or 4 times before they're ready to take action. But that person, that prospect could be a much higher quality lead than someone who just opts in, the first time when they see something.
Right. Now, how do you typically pay for the remarketing ads?
And this is the beauty of it, is you can pay by click for the remarketing ads. So you can actually be showing your ads on all sorts of websites, on things like the Weather Network, CNN, all sorts of real estate related websites. And because you are using your remarketing list, Google isn't going to charge you for impressions. I think there is a setting where you can choose to get billed for impressions, but what we've been experimenting with is just a cost per click model. So you can be showing your ads to a very highly targeted audience for free, and it's only when they click on the ad that you get billed by Google.
Right. So very cost effective. You're going to the person that was at your site may see your ad. As in, your ads effectively can follow them around wherever they go surfing, but you don't pay anything unless they click and come back to your site.
Exactly.
So again, very cost effective.
Very cost effective. And there's lots of opportunity here, because not only can we tag visits to the website, but you also can turn your lead list into an audience. So if you imagine all the leads that you generate through the website, and I know like many of you on the call have been with us for a few years now, you may have thousands of leads in the system, and just think how many of those leads have you converted, right? Probably, again, you're looking at a fairly small percentage. Then we have a very large percentage of people who've actually taken action on the website, who we can market to. So both Google and Facebook give us the opportunity to create custom audiences from data that we have gathered, namely email addresses. So you can create an audience from all the leads, and I've done this for clients as well, all the leads that have been generated through the site, and then market to that list. And what I've been doing in that situation is going for a more branded route, trying some more branded style ads. So let me show you an example of something that we did in Facebook. And this is exactly what I'm talking about, where we took a list, right? We took the list of leads that were from the My Leads database, and we created a custom audience that is very targeted, because these are all people who've taken action on the website. So they're local, they've been exposed to, this is actually George Lormer, he's out in San Diego. So they've gotten his emails, they've probably gotten a call from him. So now we can market to that audience and offer something that is going to, again, help to establish him as an expert, put his brand in front of his audience, and basically increase that awareness of his brand. So this is actually a book that he recently put together, and it's just a click to website ad, but it goes right to his branded site and offers the book. So it looks like it's taking a little while to load here. But you can do this with testimonials. You could do this with your unique selling proposition. You could do this with a listing, right? So say you have a listing and you want to market that listing. You could take, all the leads you've generated from, say, a specific campaign for a specific area, and you could market to that list for that specific listing. So this is like an amazing opportunity to segment your list and to really get very smart with your online marketing. And as a part of our management program, this is going to be included, right? So if you're in management right now, we can set this up for you. We can make sure that all the scripts are installed on your site, that we're tracking and tagging people as they come in, and help you put together these custom audiences.
Okay, so just as an example, we have had a couple of questions about people that were looking at how they can promote their listings.
Mm-hmm.
So if you were going to do this for a specific listing, so basically the steps are you're going to take your custom list, which might be all the prospects in your My Leads. You're going to add that custom list to either Facebook or Google's remarketing, and then you would create an ad specifically for that listing,
right.
And that would then they would all see that listing.
Right.
Okay.
Right. So for example, let me just show another example here, and this is more of the Google display ads. So let's talk a little bit about like the hot list, because if you've listened to any of our webinars or calls before, you know that we're big on promoting specific hot lists of properties. That's usually how we get the leads when we are first targeting a cold audience, right? When we're just putting our ads out there. So let's say, for instance, we take this ad and just to explain this view on my screen here, these are all the different sizes that you can have a display ad in Google. So when you create your ad, they give you sort of a layout for all the different sizes and places that the ads can appear in the Google display network. The reason I chose this one actually is not because it's the prettiest, because it certainly is not, but it's getting the most clicks. And this is something that I always have found. Keeps me humble, because I often think that the prettier or the more graphic ads are going to do better, and it seems that that's not the case in many examples. But this ad, for instance, is sort of a carry through of a campaign that we were running on Facebook. So we were running a campaign offering a hot list of downtown San Diego foreclosures. So these are mostly condos, but this is a campaign that we were doing in Facebook, and we had a specific target in mind: motivated sellers and developers, no investors, starting at $350,000. So if you can imagine us driving all this traffic through Facebook, okay, and Facebook, when you think of a conversion rate, it's even smaller than Google. So we're probably converting maybe 4% of the traffic from Facebook. Facebook gets a ton of traffic for very little cost. So all that traffic coming from Facebook is getting tagged by Google as well. And now we're putting these display ads in front of that audience. So they may leave Facebook and they may be on different sites that are within the Google network, and they're still seeing this offer for these downtown San Diego foreclosures, right? So this goes actually to a very similar squeeze page that we're using on Facebook, but we're finding that the conversion rate for these display ads is way higher. We're looking at 16, 17% conversion and a very low cost per lead. So this is a great way to tie those two media outlets together and really take advantage of all that traffic you're getting from Facebook. You're paying for it, and you're converting, a decent amount. You're getting leads, but what about those people that don't take action? Like, let's continue to remarket to those people. And then you could take something like this. So now we're still generating leads from this campaign. We're doing it from Facebook. Now we're doing it from Google. Now say you've got a listing. You've got a condo available in San Diego, and you want to really promote that. what better audience to promote that listing to than people who you know were interested in that offer in the first place, right? So now you're really becoming a bit of a stalker where you're following these people around because you know they're interested in this topic, but you're constantly providing them with different options and information. And it's a great thing to tell your seller too, to say, you know, I've already got this list of prospects who are interested in this specific type of home, and I'm going to be marketing to them as well. So that's how I would do it if I was putting the marketing plan together for this. Okay, so Steve is muted again, and he may be talking, but
I'm here. No, I wasn't talking. But
oh, you were talking. Okay, you're waiting for me to stop talking.
So again, just to give some people an idea of the number. Now, so you're saying that the people that get remarketed to, you're getting about 16%. So
yes.
On those, so that's the actual people. So of those people that say the 93%. So of those people that actually click on the ad, the response rate is actually 16%.
Yeah. Okay. Let me let's see if you can see this screen here. I'm going to show. Yeah. So this is the Google results here. I'm just going to zoom in because it's often hard to see this particular page on a webinar. But in this case, all right, here we go. So this is the display results, and we just started this recently, so we don't have a lot of data, but it looks promising. I'll stop moving my screen around because it's having a hard time loading with this zoomed in view. But I just looked at the conversion rate, and it's actually around 21% for that remarketing list. So we'll just give my screen a minute to load here. But yeah, it seems like there's definitely, and a 21% conversion rate in a Google campaign is almost unheard of. Okay, it looks like I lost the campaign here. Just give me 1 second.
So what are those, so that you're paying per click? So give me an idea of what the cost per click would be for the remarketed ads.
Well, the great thing with display ads is the cost per click is lower than a text ad or a search ad. All right, so I got it up here again. So we've had, let me see if I can get the little highlighter out here. So this is the number of clicks, right, for this particular display ad. So 61 clicks. Average cost per click was 62 cents. We got 4 leads from that. So the cost for the converted click, let me just scroll over here. Oh, that's not going to hold my highlighter thing. So the cost per lead was around $9.48. So where is my conversion rate? Well, it seemed to remove the stats there. So let me just bring up my... This is a different stat. Give me 1 second here. I think I might be in the wrong campaign.
The idea basically here is that for somebody that's in the management program that's doing a Facebook campaign or a Google campaign, we can add remarketing to it. It's going to make your campaign more effective. It really isn't going to significantly impact your budget because obviously it's not getting that many displays. Your clicks are low. But basically you're able to improve the results you're getting on your campaign as a whole, And for someone that's in management, all they really have to do is say, yeah, I'd like to add remarketing to that campaign.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Exactly. Like the important thing is that we need to be tagging people like today. So in many cases, we've already added the scripts to because we've been meeting on this for the last month or so, and we've actually been adding the remarketing scripts and pixels and things to our management clients' websites. So
okay.
in some cases, we may already be starting to build that remarketing audience, but you just want to make sure that this is something that you would like to do, because just like any other campaign, there has to be some sort of budget. But this is the stat that I wanted to bring up, because this is sort of a shorter time frame. If you look at this number, right, 23.53%, that is the conversion rate. So this is basically an ad that was only going to the remarketing list within Google, and it's been a pretty short snapshot of time, but great results for that snapshot. So it's really worth doing, because it just makes sense to me. These people, you already know they're interested in the subject, and if you can get cheaper clicks, cheaper traffic, but more targeted traffic through Google, then that's something you want to take advantage of.
Off the top of your head, without diving too far, so this is over roughly a 2-week period here.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly a 2-week period. So in that time frame, the main Google campaign that you're running here, how many conversions would you have had?
Well, this is the interesting thing, is that we're actually running this campaign in Facebook. So
okay.
In Facebook, we've probably generated in that 2-week period, oh gosh, at least 30 to 40 leads, at least. So
effectively what you've been able to do is now you're actually showing ads. Originally we were running Facebook. Now you're able to show those people in the Google, as display ads in the Google display network, so all the places Google puts ads, and you've basically been able to bump the effectiveness of the campaign up by 10% for an additional $11.
Yeah.
Like that's phenomenal. So
yeah, no, it's
like it's a very simple thing. It's not, obviously it's not the simplest thing to set up, but for people that are getting things managed for them, they don't have to worry about that. We'll set it up for you, and basically for a little bit of I'm sure just about everybody would pay $11 to get 4 more clicks or to bump their percentage by 10%.
Yeah, and this is just 2 weeks, right? So as this list builds, and as we start getting our ads out to more people, because we're still probably not showing the ads as much as we will be in the next 2 weeks or the next month. So
right.
It is a gradual thing. You have to put about 6 months into this, right? It's not going to work from day one, but after you've built it up for a few months, you will start to see great benefits from it, and you'll notice that
the initial few months, obviously, it's not going to cost a lot of money. So it's not like it's. But the nice thing is it builds over. So all the people over that 6-month period or longer are all those people that see one of your Facebook ads or one of your Google ads. They're all going to get tagged when they go to your landing page, and then after that, you're going to be able to follow them around and just put display ads for them to keep bringing them back.
Exactly.
So now, can you set a length of time that you'll follow them? Will that?
Yep, you can. So I think the default in Google may be 30 days, but I know that you can bump that up to 180 days. So,
okay. So if you decide, that may what that period is, it may be up to you. But that's the idea. Becomes if somebody's looking for a house now, the odds are they're probably still going to be looking for a house 3 months from now. Again, that guy's a pretty good prospect to bump up to 90, 100, maybe it is 180 days. I don't know. But again, you have that option to follow them around for as long as you wanted to. Okay, I have a few questions here that have come, and one is I got a question from Mike, and he asks, is there any way to turn off being remarketed to? The reason I ask is I'm being remarketed from other vendors after I signed up for their service, and it's getting annoying.
Right. Clear your cache, maybe?
Yeah, I don't know that once you're tagged. I don't know. Is it more annoying? You're going to see an ad regardless. Okay, the fact that it's an ad that you notice and recognize, does that make it more annoying? I guess it does. But effectively, remember, you are going to see an ad, unless you've set up an ad blocker or something, you're going to see an ad regardless. So I don't know. Maybe there's some stuff on the internet that tells you how to not see those, but I have the feeling that once you're tagged, you're tagged.
Or you could just change the way you look at it, right? Because, you know, as a marketer, you're always watching what other people are doing. So instead of being annoyed by it, actually study it. Like, how are they doing this? You know, the fact that you took notice of it enough to be annoyed means that they've done their job. So I would put more energy into studying what they're doing than trying to block it.
Okay. The next question is from Michelle. Is this only for individuals who have a branded website?
No. So the example that I was showing for the downtown condos, you can do that with a less branded site because we're kind of sticking with that less branded offer. You only want to, and if you had a branded site, then we could also be targeting people who've already come through the website, because anyone who's registered on your site, their communication after that should be from a branded site. So either you're sending emails from branded, you're calling, obviously that's very branded, and then if we're going to remarket to our leads list, that's going to be branded as well. So no, Michelle, you don't need a branded site, only if you want to do branded marketing. So that's only if you want to market to your leads list, which I do think there's a real benefit to that as well. Like, just to give you an example of how some agents are doing that. So let's take a look at this ad here. And when I showed you the example of the testimonial before too, because testimonials are a great thing to promote, especially on Facebook, because anything social, you know, you really should be focusing on relationship building and, you know, getting people to be more trusting of your brand. But say on Google, for instance, like we are remarketing to these folks, their list, right? So this is the LH Prestige team, Lauren and Hugo, they're in the GTA. So this is their branded display ad, and these are all the different sizes. So instead of just putting a less branded campaign in front of their remarketing list, and we're gathering that from Facebook as well as Google, we're putting their USP. So your home may be worth $75,000 more than you think. Find out how to get more money without expensive renovations. So just getting this ad in front of an audience is valuable. So imagine you've got this on a billboard out in the middle of the, you know, a busy intersection. People are seeing that, right? That's why people spend money on billboards and bus bench ads and all sorts of signage around, because people see it. But imagine having your billboard follow people around that you know are interested in buying or selling, right? That's essentially what this is. And the beauty is they don't pay for the views. They only pay if someone clicks and goes to the website. So they're not only getting their brand out in front of their target audience for free, they're really only paying when someone actually clicks on it. So it's like you had that billboard out there, and it's free, and you only pay if someone picks up the phone and calls the number on the billboard.
Okay, I got a couple more questions here. So Karen's wondering if she's able to go into Google and AdWords and see the result of the ads, or can they just discuss that with someone at Success?
Well, we're transparent. So when you get set up with Google, and we set you up usually when you first get started, we give you access to your account. So you should be able to log in and see your stats on Google, or if you're working with somebody here at Success Website, they can do a screen share with you and show you, what's going on in Google. So that's something that you can talk to us about. But yeah, in many cases, you should be able to access the Google AdWords stats. It's a bit of a beast in there. I mean, you have to kind of know where to go and where to look. So it's not something I would necessarily recommend.
I think the idea is we try and make it as simple as possible for you. But again, we are fully transparent on all this stuff. So you can go and we'll show you exactly what's going on if you don't understand it, or you can go in and see the ads you're running and what your budget is and how much the clicks are. And that's all just part of our service. Okay, I got a sort of similar question. Is the tagging related to their email? This is Christine. Wondering if the tagging system will work if they manually entered addresses into the MyLead CRM. I guess the reality is they actually have to be, you have to create your list and then you upload your list to either Facebook or Google.
That's right.
And so whether it goes into the MyLead CRM or not, as long as you can upload any list you've got and create that custom audience, and then that will generate for the tagging.
That's right, yeah.
Okay. Now what about someone if they want to use some of the ads they're seeing, and they want to use something similar, or they want to use a campaign like George's or a campaign of Blake's? What's the process of some of them if they want to do that?
Well, I think first and foremost, let's make sure that we are familiar with what you're doing currently. Those of you who are in management, certainly we can get the remarketing set up for you. If you're not in our pay-per-click management program right now, or maybe you're not quite sure if you are in the program, I strongly encourage you to sign up for a free strategy session. And I'm going to put the link up here in a second, but if you sign up for that, we will get in touch with you and make sure you understand exactly what you have or what we can do for you. So I'm just going to share this with everybody. This is craigproctorsuccesswebsite.com/management. And if you sign up for this, we will call you. We will take you through what we can do for you as part of our management program. And we can also take a look at what you may be doing already that can be improved, even if you're not necessarily interested in management. So you could get some really good actionable tips from that call as well. So it's kind of like, if you're not going to be at the show, for instance, and hopefully, and you could do both, right? But if you're not planning to be at the show and you still want to have that one-on-one time with a specialist on my team, then you can sign up for this and we'll book a time with you and go through all the things that we can do for you.
Okay, so I've got a question here now. Once I sign up for management, how long do I need to commit for, or is it possible to take over my account myself after it gets up and working?
So you're not committed to any specific period of time. If you decide after a few months of being in management that you're happy with the campaigns and the way that they're going and you feel like you can take that over yourself, then that's fine. That is an option. So you're not locked into the management program. Most people don't end up doing that, just to be honest, because they realize that their time is much better spent on other business building activities. But I know that it is reassuring to know that you're not locked in for a long period of time. So it's usually $150 a month to get you started on management. That allows us to manage Google and Facebook. We may be able to give you a bundled offer as well, depending on what you've got with us. So the best way to find out really is to sign up for the consultation, and then you'll know exactly what the cost is going to be for you to enter into our management program.
Okay, very good.
So what other questions do we have in here? Is this...
I'm just looking here. I have a fake, okay, this is John. I have a fake prospect with email for purpose of designing and testing my email responses. How do I clear this prospect out of the system so I can continue to use this prospect and not appear as a returning lead?
Okay.
You basically, effectively, you just delete the lead and re-add it, I think, is...
I think there might be a little more to it than that. I think you actually have to change the email address in the lead record. So I'm just going to log into my leads here, and we'll take a look at how you could do that. Because, yeah, our system it probably will recognize that email as a returning lead, even if it's been deleted from the system. And the reason why I know this is because I'm testing these pages all the time, and I run into the exact same issue. So what I usually do is I'll go into my lead record, and I will change the email to something else. Maybe add a 1 or 2 to the end of it. But when you change the email address in my leads in the record, then the system will no longer have the one that you're trying to use for testing in the system. Okay, so let me just give you an example here. I'll unpause my screen. So I'm in my leads. I've probably tested in here a couple of times, so I'm going to look up my name. So if I find my name here, go into the lead record. Seems to be on a very slow machine this morning. Then once I get into the lead record, I can update that email address. One thing I can also show everyone too while I'm in here is how to export your leads list. So if you did want to create a custom audience from your leads, this is something you would do through the reports section. So in my leads, you click on reports, and you'll be able to export the email addresses. So you could create your custom audience either in Facebook or Google from that. I don't know why this is taking so long. Are there any other questions that we can answer while I'm waiting for my lead record to come up here? I know I have too many tabs open. Thank you. Thank you, Ellen. That's why I was trying to shut them down here, because I'm probably slowing down my own system here. Okay, another question here from Elizabeth. She's asking, is it correct that with management you get Google or Facebook, but not both for the 150? It depends, Elizabeth, on what your level is. Usually the 150 does include both, but if you were part of an upgrade package, then that may have just included one. So we would just need to take a look at your existing account and find out what exactly you have. But I know that for some people who, say, want to switch from Google to Facebook, that is something that we can do for you. So if Google isn't working the way that you'd like it to, or you want to try something in Facebook, that is something that we can do. Let's see what else we've got in here. Oh, sorry, Steve, you back?
I'm here. Yeah. Now, I've got a question about does Success automatically send the list of distress and foreclosure homes when the prospect logs in the request, or do we have to put in a call to Success to do it? Effectively, how are the list of properties sent to the prospect that requests them?
Well, if you have the HDX system, which is the IDX listing portal that we offer, then we can supply the list automatically. They can come right through and get access to the listings. If we don't have that connection, if you don't have HDX, then it is your responsibility to provide that list once they come through.
Okay. So we got another question about a couple questions about what the management program costs. I know you've sort of gone through that already. Maybe you could just sort of repeat that one more time. And
sure. Yeah, I mean, it depends on what services you have, right? So if you have all of our websites, so branded, unbranded, HDX, and you want us to manage Google and Facebook, then the monthly fee for that is $4.99, so that includes everything. If you have all three sites, HDX, branded, unbranded, but you just want us to manage either Google or Facebook, so one or the other, that cost is $3.99. If you don't have HDX and you only have the branded and the unbranded, but you want to add management of one or the other, so Google or Facebook, that cost is $2.99. And if you say have one website with us, or say you've got a different package and you just want to add management of both Google and Facebook, our normal management fee is $150 a month just for management. So that is sort of the cost breakdown. And if you have all of our products, then chances are you'll get a bit of a break on the cost. But we've broken it down that way. Again, probably the best thing to do is to sign up for that strategy session. I have posted links in the chat section there, so you can just go down to the chat. You'll see the links. I'm not sure what's going on with my connection here, but things are really slow for me right now, so I'll spare you all the endless spinning wheel that's happening on my browser because I don't know what's going on here. On this computer.
No, you're locked up. So
yeah.
Okay. Now, what about the ad budget? So on top of that, obviously you have to have a spend for your ads. So
right.
Where do you typically start with the ad budget? And someone like George's account that you were showing that's generating those 40 leads in 2 weeks, where does that budget tend to move to?
Yeah, it can it can get up there depending on how many leads you want to generate. So normally we get people to start minimum $10 a day. There are some Facebook campaigns that you can start for $5 a day. I think in George's case, he's probably got about 10 different Facebook campaigns all going for anywhere between $5 to $10 a day. But he's been doing this for a long time, and he's definitely on the higher end as far as marketing budgets are concerned. I would say on average people are spending probably around $15 a day, which works out to around $450 a month. So that is, I would say, the average marketing budget for most of our clients. And to be honest,
that budget seems quite reasonable.
Yeah.
Obviously, you're generating your cost per lead at that is what's your target on the cost per lead?
$10 cost per lead is our target.
Right. So you're hoping and obviously it may take a little bit of time to get to it, but you're hoping that for a $450 a month, you're hopefully generating 45 leads. Mm-hmm. And obviously, it only takes, if one of those converts, you're going to be your ROI is going to be pretty good. Obviously, your commission is going to be a lot more than $450. So,
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I don't really think see any other questions here. I guess we're almost out of time as well.
Right.
Okay, well, since your screen is tied up and we don't have any more questions, what we'll do is we'll close things off for today. What we will do is we'll try and keep the chat window open for a few more minutes, just in case anyone does have last-minute questions. We'll try and get those answered. Maybe you can just post the link one more time for the management page and for the if people want to book the consultation session at the Anaheim Super Conference.
Yeah. So yeah, I did see some questions in chat as to how they can do that. So this is the page. If you visit successwebsite.com/live consultation, that will bring you to this page. I'm going to post it again in the chat because I've got these links in there. So that is for the live consultation that you can book starting today. You're actually getting a little advanced preview here because we usually don't open this up until a couple weeks before the show. But please make sure you reserve your spot if you are planning on going. And then here's our link to the management strategy session. So this is for a free online marketing consultation. If you want to discuss your opportunities for marketing on Google and or Facebook, make sure you fill that out and schedule a strategy session so we can take a look and see how we can optimize what you're doing. And that was just posted as well in the chat session, so in the chat panel. So hopefully everyone can find those. If you're not online right now, you're listening to this on the phone, you can get to that management page by going to craigproctorsuccesswebsite.com/management. Or you can email me. I'm going to put my email in here as well, so you can all send me some emails. Let me know what you thought about today's call, or if you have any questions about management or the system. It's Christy@successwebsite.com. I just posted that also. So Christy is spelled Kristie @successwebsite.com. So if you have any trouble signing up, finding the pages we talked about today, send me a quick email. I'll make sure you're pointed in the right direction. Okay, well, I don't know if we have any more questions, Steve. Should we think about wrapping it up for today?
Yeah, I think that's a good idea, Christy. Thanks again for doing this. Thanks everyone for joining us. Some really good information about remarketing. I think it's something that everybody that's doing Facebook or Google campaigns should absolutely try. We look forward to seeing everyone in Anaheim in about a month. And if you do have any questions this time, by all means, you can always give us a call. Our number is 1-800-361-9527. Or certainly give, Christy mentioned if you've got anything that hasn't gone answered today, certainly just drop her an email and we'll make sure someone gets back to you. Christy, your email is Christy@successwebsite.com.
That's right, Christy, Kristie @successwebsite.com. And I'd also like to mention, if you're interested in this remarketing topic, I believe, Steve, we're going to be presenting on this in the Platinum Room as well at the show. So if you're going to be in those sessions, make sure you plan to attend our presentation because we're going to really dive into this and show some more examples.
Excellent. Okay, thank you very much, Christy. Thanks again, everyone. And remember, we do these internet marketing calls the second Monday, typically, of each month. So we'll look forward to we will have a call, I guess, right before the conference in April. So again, look forward to talking with everybody. Book them on your calendar and go out and sell some homes. We'll talk soon. Thanks again.
Thank you.
That's the call.